All right, everyone. Bust Pilot Academy. I'm sorry. My name is all over because I have my cryptocurrency YouTube channel as well. So I wanted to do a quick video on what is the difference between a part 141 and a part 16. What does part mean? So the easiest way to put it is that when you're deciding on what type of school to go through, it's really just the difference in the format. And the easiest way to do like anything in that we ever have questions about is just to Google or ask Alexa, right? But in this case, I just Googled it prior to getting on here just to make it easier, right? So under Part 141, a flight school must seek and maintain FAA approval for its training curriculum, syllabus, and lesson plans, creating a more structured flight training environment. So the best way to describe a 141 in layman's terms, if that's not just pretty simple anyway, is it's a school. It's literally schools. Think about when you went to grade school, middle school, high school, college. If you did college, it's structured, right? I don't want to say it's typically 9 to 5, but it is, a typical school type course, right? It's all planned out. Like you go to classes and you go back home, right? You go training, your flight training it's all within the same school. When I say that, it's all put together, and essentially what ends up happening is that in order to be a Part 141 school, all their curriculum has to get approved by the FAA, right? So don't get confused with part. If you look in, and you probably don't, but just look online on the FAR-AIM, like part is really just another way of saying, like, I don't want to say just different sections, but it's basically the FAR is the Federal Aviation Regulations. I don't know if you can see that, right? That's what FAR stands for. But basically, in the index or in table of contents, you have Part 1, Part 23. I don't know. It's probably the easiest way to put it, just say chapters, right? But in general, the regulations. So for a Part 141 regulation, it's a school type, right? And basically, the biggest thing is that your entire curriculum has to get approved. Now, a Part 61 is the school I went to. So if you're in Vegas, I went to a Part 61 school. It basically is a training environment is less strict and leaves an instructor more flexibility to change a training environment as he or she should say she sees fit. Basically, if you look in the FAR-AIM again, that would be a Part 61. So basically, just a different chapter or a different regulation, or everyone says reg. All right, so a Part 61 school, right? It's also in, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, if you know more than me, please put it down there. If you like this content, hit the like. If you don't like it, hit thumbs down twice. If you're not subbing, I don't know why. And thank you for joining again. Please check out my other videos on how to become a pilot in terms of just, the things that I've run into and wish that, I knew of prior to get into kind of picking a school or picking a ground school, whatever it is. So check out my other videos as well. So Part 61 training environment is less strict, right? Is what I just read to you a couple seconds ago. But basically, this is more like the instructor, so the CFI, CFI II, whatever it is, and we'll talk about that in the future. But basically, it's just different levels of an instructor. Is they get to pretty much do what they want to do. I'm not saying they're not following a same type of curriculum or syllabus, because they are, but they could kind of bounce around, right? So maybe in your CFI likes to do, the easiest way to put this is maybe different maneuvers, right? There's like 8 different maneuvers I think you have to master. Not master, it's probably the hard word, but you have to be able to perform during your check ride. And during these maneuvers, all these maneuvers, maybe he or she feels like let's just start with example, but basically a short field landing or a short field takeoff, right? Short takeoff, you have to provide that or show that you can do that within the actual limitations or whatever you say in terms of the check ride. But basically, he or she can decide to start there as opposed to maybe starting in a different way, right? With steep turns, right, which is another one that you have to show that you're able to do during the check ride. So he or she are able to go ahead and just dictate the training, is probably the best way to put it. Where a Part 141 is more structured. So one's good, one's bad. No, I just think maybe you're a person that likes more structure and you're able to do a 9 to 5, because that's typically what a Part 141 is, it's going to be more of a school setting, right? So I'm pretty sure there's, and I could be wrong, but most of the time they're going to be your like 8 to 5, right? Your 8 to 4, right? You a typical, think about school, right? You don't really go to school at night. I mean, I know there's night school, but just for all intents and purposes, what I'm getting at. Where Part 61 is more for the person that maybe has another job already, or doesn't really like the structure, or basically is trying to do this on the weekends or the nights, or maybe every other day because they work Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, right? So Part 61, you can see the difference between the two. One's more of a, I want to say, like, for a person who has a life already, or is already in maybe another career, and trying to maybe get his private pilot to go to commercial, to go to airline, where he or she already has a job. Where Part 141 could be someone that's coming out of, say, high school, and then just doesn't really have knows what they want to do, and they just go to a Part 141 school. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this is easier than looking online. If not, just put in the comment section. If you like this content, hit that thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down twice. If you're not sub, I don't know why. And on the next one, I will probably go through my experiences with the club versus a normal school in Part 61. All right, everyone, have a good rest of your day. Happy Monday. See you on the next one. Thanks.